Well, that was absolutely crazy. I mean, how on earth am I meant to review a game like that just had so many parts, so much drama, not much quality, and just, yeah, I can't really think of a word in just one single word to describe what I've just seen there. I mean, it was kind of 70 minutes of absolute rubbish, 20 really kind of dramatic minutes, like 4 of the most unbelievable goals I've ever seen and the strangest goals I've ever seen scored, and just generally, yeah, I mean, I don't think there is one single word that you can use to describe that game. But we're going to give it a good go here, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Analysing Arsenal. These are my thoughts and feelings to the game at Old Trafford as the Premier League kicks off its Christmas calendar with a midweek fixture and a tasty midweek fixture off the back of a wonderful North London derby win. Could we make it 20 games unbeaten by picking up a result at the Theatre of Dreams against Jose Mourinho's Manchester United? Now, Manchester United is almost like a bogey side for us in recent years. We don't do well against them, and I've been saying, after the North London derby, everyone has been kind of lauding Arsenal, rightly so. We're absolutely unbelievable on Sunday. But a lot of people were saying that Arsenal were going to absolutely rip Manchester United to absolute smithereens, and Manchester United are so shit, they can't defend. Arsenal are just going to turn up, and they're not even going to have to turn up. They're just going to, take to the pitch and win the game. And I kept saying, that's not going to happen. Manchester United are going to be up for this because they always are against Arsenal. And, it doesn't matter if they have lost 5 games in a row. It doesn't matter if they've won 5 games in a row. It doesn't matter about their kind of recent form. It doesn't matter about their past performances. When Manchester United and Arsenal go toe-to-toe, Manchester United turn up and, 9 times out of 10, they actually normally go and win the game. You think of last season where David De Gea saved about 47,000 shots and we lost 3-1 when we should have absolutely ripped them to absolute shreds. We should have picked up a point if it wasn't for Marouane Fellaini scoring in the 94th minute at Old Trafford in the reverse fixture last season in Arsene Wenger's final Old Trafford visit. And despite Arsenal being on the sensational run, despite the fact of coming off the back of one of the greatest North London derby wins I can recall, I just knew that this was going to be a really, really difficult game. And, Manchester United, yes, they're in bad form, but I thought Mourinho was going to kind of change the way that he was setting up his side, and he has got a lot of problems, but he was actually, I think, very clever in the way that he set up his side tonight. By playing, Jesse Lingard, Anthony Martial and Marcus Rashford, it was pace. Yes, it was controversial taking out Lukaku, taking out Pogba, taking out Mata, but I think he saw Arsenal's backline and thought, right, they're weak, they're vulnerable, we break in, we can use, the electric pace, and that is what has caused us problems for many, many years, and, also this season. If you are, if you're a pacey kind of player and you break, beyond Arsenal's backline, you're going to create problems, you're going to create issues for us, and they did exactly that. Even though they can't defend particularly well, and that was evident tonight in the 2 goals that we scored, I think it was quite a clever move from Jose Mourinho to kind of be bold and kind of, take out, Pogba and Lukaku, who you would, if I was a Manchester United fan, I would be thinking to myself, they're playing. They've got to be playing. So when I saw the team news, I wasn't surprised. And in fact, I thought, yeah, I can see why he's done that. And I was worried looking at that front three. And we've seen what Jesse Lingard can do to Arsenal. And we've also seen, Marcus Rashford scored his Premier League debut, not 1 goal, but 2 against us. Anthony Martial has always, been problematic against us. And last season, Jesse Lingard scored, 2 goals against us. So, I've seen firsthand of the problems that front line can cause, and I think all in all, I was actually quite disappointed with Arsenal for about 70 minutes. I think we probably edged it over the entire 90 minutes, but I don't think we were good enough tonight to really, stand up with our shoulders cocked and say, yes, we deserve to win that game. Because we didn't deserve to win the game because, yes, we were kind of probably better going forward and we created more clear-cut chances. I think I can recall David De Gea making more saves than Leno, but we weren't. It's difficult to say because we've picked up a point, and in recent seasons, performances like this, and I keep saying it, we would have lost this game if this was last season. But we are still, grinding out results. But I think it's hard when you've put in that much energy and power into a North London derby that you've played 72 hours prior to playing, at Old Trafford. Are you really going to be at full throttle? Aubameyang didn't really get into the game, and also alongside that, it was crazy. Not only that we had we had so many injuries tonight, 2 injuries that had to be forced off by substitutions, and then additional injuries. But there was about, I think, 8. How many yellow cards were given tonight? The Manchester United had 3, 4, 5, 6, I think it was 7 or 8. I think it was 7 or 8 yellow cards given. 6 of those were given in a 5-minute spell. It was absolutely crazy. It was like the players didn't have any control of the tackles that they were putting in. We were getting a catalogue of injuries that was just unfair and unfortunate. And it was just, it was absolutely crazy. The goals that were, scored tonight. Our first one comes from a corner. Mustafi's header. David De Gea catches it, drops it, and then I didn't think, it was a very anticlimactic goal, because I just thought, oh, that is close. And then the referee gave it as a goal because of goal 9 technology. We take the lead, and then about 4 minutes later, again, comes from I believe it was I think it was a set piece actually, that went down to the right hand side, and I believe it was Lingard that kept the ball in. He passed it across to Martial, passed it in. Again, no, yeah, it was from a set piece, because Leno made the save originally, good save. It then went back out to Lingard, who passed it across, and then Martial just tapped it in. And it was just poor defensive play from Arsenal, because Holding, Socrates and also Mustafi were very kind of, the communication and confusion in that back line resulted in Martial almost having a tap-in. So, you go in at half-time, a goal apiece, and then for about, the first 20 minutes of the second half, nothing really happened, nothing of great nature happened. And then, Lacazette scores again, and whether this is a Lacazette goal or a Rojo own goal, I'm pretty sure it was a Lacazette goal. He came on just like he did against Tottenham Hotspur, comes on, scores a very, very, again, anticlimactic goal. The way that he kind of side-footed it in, and then it took a deflection off Marcus Rojo, and I think it was actually Lacazette. I think Lacazette got the final touch, and then it kind of went into the back of the net. And then 22 seconds later, Jesse Lingard equalises from kick-off. Manchester United lump a ball up. It then falls to Lukaku, who had came on, I believe he came on for either it was Lingard or Martial. I think it was actually Martial. So Martial came off, Lukaku came on. And then Lukaku just passed it across. And then Lingard tapped it in to get it, the equaliser inside 22 seconds. So, it was crazy, because, a couple of minutes prior to that, the game had kind of came alive in the fact of, and the respect of that Arsenal creating chances. David De Gea made a double save, and then, Manchester went up the other end and Leno made a good save. So, we had kind of, over the 90 minutes, we had kind of a 10-minute spell in the first half that was really exciting and pulsating, and then we kind of had the final 20 minutes of 2 very quick goals. Arsenal, went ahead. Manchester United instantly replied, just like they did in the first half. And then it kind of was almost, you have a shot, we have a shot. So I think all in all, defensively, both teams were pretty atrocious in parts. And I think that even though we're going in the right direction, we've got, a powerful midfielder in Lucas Torreira, who is nasty, gritty, and is the kind of midfield player that we've been crying out for many years. He can only do enough, and he got, beaten, he got pushed, he got shoved, he got kicked. Manchester United gained up on him because they knew he was going to be the danger man, and it resulted in the back three being exposed, and we did look vulnerable, and it was the type of game that, every time Manchester United went forward, they looked like they were going to score, and it was the same with Arsenal. It was kind of 2 poor teams on the night, even though Arsenal were in great form and Manchester United in not so great form. But all in all, over the 90 minutes, the performance wasn't, great. And, this was a chance to kind of keep... I mean, had we won tonight at Old Trafford, people really would have, kind of stood up and gone, wow. They are still, because we know we're 20 games unbeaten in all competition. And that is an unbelievable achievement, and we're still grinding out results. But, it was just... Unlike in the North London derby, which had so much hype going into the game, and the overall game lived up to the hype, and Arsenal, it was a statement win on Sunday, a statement win for Unai Emery and for Arsenal. And tonight was another kind of it was almost a test, because we always, you know, falter and foul at Old Trafford, and we haven't faltered nor have we failed, but we haven't kind of impressed in the way that I wanted us to. So, you know, I'm happy with the point, but I am a little bit kind of frustrated and disappointed that we didn't do, you know, we didn't do as well as I wanted us to. You know, I was happy with the team. Obviously, Xhaka picked up a suspension in the North London derby, hence why Daisy came in. But, you know, with the fact that Rob Holding came off injured, so Lichtsteiner came on, the fact that Ramsey came off injured for Lacazette, or Lacazette came on for Iwobi, shall I say. Mkhitaryan came on for Ramsey. But we had a catalogue of injuries. We had a catalogue of challenges that were just absolutely unbelievable, resulting in 6 or 7 yellow cards. We had 4 really kind of anticlimactic, just weird goals. And, you know, all in all, I mean, when you look at the stats of the game, Manchester United did 10 shots, 7 shots on target. Arsenal had 10 shots, 5 shots on target. We edged possession. I mean, with Chelsea's defeat tonight to Wolves, we are level on points with Chelsea. We have moved down into 5th. Spurs are 2 points clear with their win against Southampton that they picked up this evening. So I think kind of in relation to the top 4, we've got a nice run of games throughout this Christmas period where we're playing a lot of the lesser sides. I think the next big game that we play is on December 29th against Liverpool. So, you know, we could potentially go into that Liverpool game with kind of 3-4 wins under our belt, and, you know, we're in a good kind of position, really. You know, we are rounding off our Europa League campaign this month, and also we've got a very tasty Carabao Cup quarter-final game against Tottenham Hotspur to play at the Emirates on December 16th, I believe. So, you know, all in all, it was a solid point. Not the best performance, slightly disappointed with the overall performance, but pleased that we got a point at the end of the day. And, you know, we are in, you know, touching distance of the top 4. We're in the race for the top 4, and, you know, we are kind of, you know, already there in relation to our Europa League campaign. We've got a quarter-final, you know, to look forward to, and, you know, you could argue that it's a point gained, potentially 2 points dropped because we could have won the game today, but, you know, it's all in all a satisfactory performance for me, despite the fact of moments of frustration. But, you know, I could have done a 45-50 minute match review tonight because there were so many things that I could have gone into detail with. But I think that kind of just covers really all bases, really, and, you know, we are, you know, I think finally being taken a little bit, you know, more seriously, and, you know, that is something that I'm really, really happy with. And also, we're very much in this fight for the top 4, and while we're in the fight for the top 4, while we're in contention for winning trophies, you know, we're all going in the right direction. And, you know, we've only lost, you know, 2 games all season. We're going into this, you know, Christmas period still unbeaten. We haven't lost since the summer. So, you know, if we can get to 2019 still unbeaten, you know, it's not bad going. It's not bad going at all. I'm going to leave Analyse and Arsenal there for you guys today. If you have enjoyed the video, please make sure to leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and check out my other great content as well. And until next time, this is DJ Bagpuss signing out. Take care, and I shall see you all later. Take care, and I shall see you all very, very, very soon. Have a good week, everybody. I will talk to you all at the weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.